Hello again, everyone, and welcome to the weekly NFL picks presented by the World of Football. I am your host, Adam Snow, and with me this week is the founder of the World of Football, Randy Snow. And because Aaron's on his honeymoon for the next couple of weeks, we have a fill-in, a replacement, a last-second call-up, if you will, bringing him up from the practice squad, a.k.a. just lying around the podcast that Kyle and I do on this channel. Kyle Sutherland, my brother-in-law, welcome to the show. Kyle, how are you feeling today? And how many signs have you stolen for Jim Harbaugh?
None.
Uh-huh.
You don't need to steal
Likely
signs.
Story. But yeah, guys, we're going to do what we do every week. We're going to pick the Week 11 slate of NFL games. But before we do that, we're going to quickly recap how everything went last week. And last week, not a great week, but standing out from the crowd, Hawkeye 07 went 9-5 for their picks last week, followed by Aaron and Randy and Leonard all going 8-6. B. Lewis, Cringe, Mike Dolph, and a newcomer this week, Royce, went 7-7. And Liz and I at the bottom with 6-8 records. That's a couple weeks in a row. Liz and I have not done great.
Well, here's your chance to redeem yourself.
We've been saying that for weeks, and it hasn't happened. But hey, again, welcome Royce, a new picker this week. It's been a while, but we appreciate you joining the fun. And we're going to look at the overall percentages of the pickers so far this season through 10 weeks. Leonard still sits at the top with a 64.18% pick rating, but right behind him, Hawkeye 07 with a 64%. Mike Dolph with a 62.67%, B. Lewis at 61.33%, Liz at 60%, and then we get into the 50s. Cringe at 57.26%. Aaron passes me. He's at 56.67%. I fall to 56%, and Randy at the bottom with a 54.67%. And we're not going to include Royce this week because they only had 1 week of picking. If they come back, we'll include them in the overall percentages. But yeah, so that's how it's been going so far. Kyle, this will be your first week picking. And we just want to give you a heads up, Kyle. We do have a disclaimer on this show. I know you watch it every week religiously, but I figured we still got to do the disclaimer. Dad, why don't you tell them what that is?
Yes, our disclaimer is, if you plan to use our predictions as a means to justify your own gambling bets, then you, my friend, are an idiot. We don't know what we're talking about, and you should never listen to us for gambling advice. This is for entertainment purposes only.
Yes, and that is our disclaimer. Kyle, I know you like placing a good wager or two, but we're definitely not the ones to listen to. So hopefully you bring the A game.
You better log off FanDuel right now, then.
You probably should. Not a sponsor. But without further ado, guys, let's just get right into the Week 11 picks. And we're going to start with Kyle. And Kyle, you're going to be picking the first game of the weekend. That is the Thursday night game as the Cincinnati Bengals travel to Baltimore to play the Ravens. Who do you got in that one?
I think with the last game the Ravens play, they're going to come out for blood, so I got Ravens.
Yeah, I mean, Ravens short week. Yeah, embarrassing loss. Both these teams lost on last-second field goals last week. Again, I said it last week, division games are tough games no matter what. But I will still take the Ravens to get the home victory there.
I agree. I'm taking the Ravens in that game, too. Probably wrong, but I'm taking the Ravens.
All right. And Aaron, who couldn't be here this week, I'm going to announce his pick at the end of our picks. And Aaron agrees with all of us. He's taking the Ravens as well. So we're going to make it the first sweep of the week. All right. We're moving on. The Dallas Cowboys will play the Carolina Panthers in Carolina. Randy, you get to start us off with this one.
Oh, boy. Give me the Cowboys in this one. I don't see much hope for Carolina. I mean, I wish them well, and I hope they win, but I'm going to take Dallas in this game.
And yeah, I got the Cowboys, too. They're just going to kill the Panthers.
Yeah, give me the Cowboys. I want the Panthers to win. I'd like to see them get the win, but the Cowboys, I mean, they beat up on a bad Giants team. They're going to beat up on a bad Panthers team. I don't think the Cowboys are a great team, but good enough to embarrass them. and make it the second sweep because Aaron is also going with the Cowboys. All right, the Pittsburgh Steelers will travel to Cleveland to play the Browns, another AFC North matchup. This should be a tough one here. And I'm going to pick the Cleveland Browns to get the home win. That defense has been great. They took out the Ravens, and I think the Browns could be a scary team going forward as long as Deshaun Watson and that offense, stays afloat. So, yeah. Browns.
I agree. I'm taking the Browns in that game. I think it should be a close game, but give me the Browns.
Yeah.
And until the Steelers fire Matt Canada, I'm going to go with the Browns.
All right, and Aaron is also going with the Browns, so make it another sweep. 3 straight sweeps to start this week. All right, the Chicago Bears will travel to Detroit to play the Lions. Kyle, you get this one first.
Well, I think the Bears are going to stumble and the Lions are just going to have a feast, so I picked the Lions.
Yeah, I think it'll be closer than people might be comfortable with. It's a division game, but it's in Ford Field. The Lions have been playing pretty good at home. The Bears have not been great. We'll see if Justin Fields comes back. I'm not worried either way. If Fields does play, maybe a little bit more worried, but I'll still take Detroit to take that one.
Yeah, I agree. I got a little box here that's telling me to take Detroit because it's my McDonald's box.
How
after the victory,
this doesn't work for you, right? You do these gags and you do these picks, and then it doesn't work out for you. So I'm very nervous now.
Well, my Aiden Hutchinson bobblehead let me down last week. The Lions box does not lie. I'm taking the Lions.
Oh, God. Now I'm even more scared. You just made it worse. Even worse. But, Aaron agrees with us. It's another sweep. 4 straight sweeps to this one. And then we're moving on. The Los Angeles Chargers will go up to Green Bay to play the Packers. Dad, you start this one off.
I'm going to take the Chargers in this game. They looked really good against Detroit. They could have won that game, so I think they'll rebound and go into Green Bay and get a win up there. So, give me the Chargers.
Yep, I'll pick the Chargers as well.
Man, oh man, I kind of want to do it. I kind of want to take the Packers at home. It's going to be cold. I don't know how good Justin Fields is on the road. I feel like of all the games, that could be a quiet upset, what would be more poetic than the Packers getting a weird win against the Chargers, who were just playing great? But I'm going to stick with the Chargers. Come on. They look fantastic. They just don't play defense. And Aaron's going to complete the sweep by also taking the Chargers. All right. The Arizona Cardinals will travel to Houston to play the Texans. This should be an interesting game because for a minute there, it looked like the Cardinals were tanking. And now all of a sudden, with Kyler Murray back, could they actually show a little bit of life? The Texans have looked great with C.J. Stroud. It's in Houston. But I'll take, because I don't know, Houston's been up and down. I'll take the Arizona Cardinals to get the upset on the road.
Wow. I am going with the home team, Houston Texans, in this game.
And I am going to pick C.J. Stroud. Texans.
Hey, he plays for them, so it works out. And Aaron is also going with the Texans, so we avoid the sweep. I guess I'm the lone man there, taking the Cards. All right, Kyle, you get to start this one. The Tennessee Titans travel to Jacksonville to play the Jaguars. Who do you got?
This could be a really barn burner here, but I'm going to pick the Jaguars.
Yeah, I'd like to think that the Jaguars can bounce back from that ugly game they played against San Francisco last week. I thought the Jags were better than they ended up being. The Titans, I keep thinking, are better than they are, but give me the Jags. Yeah, I'll go Jags.
I am also taking the Jaguars in this game, being the home team.
All right, and so is Aaron, making it yet another, surprise, sweep. All right, the Las Vegas Raiders will travel to Miami to play the Dolphins. And Dad, you get to start that one off.
I am actually going to take the Raiders in this game. I don't know why, but I'm going to take the Raiders on the road to beat Miami in Miami.
I think Max Crosby is going to have a field day, but I got the Dolphins.
Wow, okay. I've been liking the Raiders. They've been hot since they switched coaches, and I think the Dolphins have been a wee bit overrated. We'll see which one strikes. The Dolphins just had the bye week, so we'll see if they can bounce back. But I'm taking the Raiders, and Aaron's going to make it a split because he's taking the Dolphins. So complete split for the first time.
Okay.
All right. The New York Giants will travel to Washington to play the Commanders. And I can't, in good conscience, pick the Giants ever again the rest of the season. Unless they play a team of players that are just brand new to football, I don't see the Giants getting an easy win. So I'm taking the Commanders to take this one.
I agree. I'm taking Washington in this game also.
Yeah, I'm going with the Commanders.
All right. And Aaron is also going Commanders, so we have another sweep. Big surprise. All right. This one should be interesting. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers travel to San Francisco to play the 49ers. Kyle, does Tampa Bay win this game?
With Deebo Samuel back and Chase Young and that 49ers, I got the 49ers.
Yeah, I hate to agree with you, but I'm gonna. It's the 49ers in this one. For everything you said.
I agree. 49ers over the Buccaneers. This could be a close game, but give me the 49ers.
Well, we'll see about that. Aaron's also going with the 49ers, so another sweep. The biggest sweep week so far. All right, then the New York Jets will travel to Buffalo to play the Bills. Dad, you get to start this one.
Well, the Bills did not look real good this week. The Jets don't impress me either, but give me the Bills. Being at home, hopefully they'll turn some things around. New offensive coordinator. Give me the Bills.
With the way the Jets defense, I'm gonna go with the Jets.
Ooh. See, that's where I was going to. That Jets defense has been pesky. They got the big win in week 1 against the Bills, and Aaron Rodgers only played 4 plays in this one, so he's not going to play any plays in this game. And we'll see if the Jets can still pull it out. It'll be in Buffalo, so that'll be interesting. But yeah, I'm actually going to go with the Jets. And Aaron's going to make it a split decision because he's going with the Bills. All right, then the Seattle Seahawks will travel to Los Angeles to play the Rams. We'll see. Matthew Stafford should be playing in that game this week, but alas, I will still take the Seahawks to come out with a victory. I love you, Matthew Stafford. I just don't know if your Rams are up to snuff this year, even with you playing quarterback.
Yeah, I agree. I like the fact that Stafford is back, but how effective could he be? I don't know. I'm going to take Seattle in this game.
I think with Stafford back, I'm gonna pick the Rams.
Wow, okay. Kyle being the lone gunman because Aaron went with the Seahawks. So it's 3-1. No sweep. About time. All right, and your Sunday night game will see the Minnesota Vikings travel to Denver to play the Broncos. This should be a very interesting game, especially after Denver had that thrilling win on Monday night. Kyle, how does this one shake out?
For this beautiful Sunday night primetime game here, I'm going to pick the Broncos.
Ooh. Yeah, this one's tough. I mean, the Broncos are looking good, and I hate to do it because the Vikings are only a game and a half back behind Detroit, but give me Joshua Dobbs and the Dobbs magic rolling at least for another week into the Mile High.
So you're taking Minnesota.
I said the Joshua Dobbs Magic. Yes, that's Minnesota. Come on, aren't you paying attention?
Yeah, he's so new, I forgot he was their quarterback. Let's see.
He's so new, he forgets where to go to the locker room. So
Yeah. This was a tough one. I wasn't sure how to pick this one, so I consulted
oh no,
my Buc-ee's cup from the Buc-ee's truck stop, and he told me that I should take the Denver Broncos.
why do you insist on doing this? every other week,
because it irks you, and I enjoy that.
You don't want to be a YouTube short. You don't like being embarrassed, but then you do this. Absolute clown show over there at the World of Football studio. And then Aaron this week is going with the Denver Broncos, so I guess that makes me the lone man out this one.
Yep.
And finally, the 14th and final game of the weekend. On Monday Night Football, the Philadelphia Eagles will play the Kansas City Chiefs in a rematch of last year's Super Bowl in Arrowhead Stadium. This should be absolutely electric. Everybody's got their eyeballs on this game being the game of the week. Randy, how do you see this one playing out?
I see this one playing out just like the Super Bowl. Give me the Kansas City Chiefs to whip the Philadelphia Eagles.
And I think this is going to be a high-scoring game, and I want the Lions to be NFC #1 seed, so I'm going to go with the Chiefs.
Yeah, this will be a tough game. We got our power rankings last week had the Eagles at #1 and the Chiefs were like at #3. Does this affect that? We got our power rankings that are coming out. Week 11 should already be out by the time this video gets posted. So, can the Chiefs eventually get up to that #1 spot for next week? We'll see how this one plays out. I want the Chiefs to win. I want to take the Eagles on the road. I think they're going to have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder and get a little bit of revenge on the team that beat them in the Super Bowl. So I'll be happy if I'm wrong about this one, but I think the Eagles take it. And to round it out, Aaron went with the Chiefs as well. So I'm the lone one on that one. So, yep. So that's our picks this week, everybody. Dad, why don't you give us a nice recap? How many? And it feels like it was about 90% of the picks this week. How many were sweeps?
We had 8 sweeps out of the 14 games this week.
Wow,
and,
it doesn't.
In this Monday night game, if Kansas City beats Philadelphia, and we've already beaten Kansas City, does that mean that we're better than Philadelphia?
I don't know. What I do know is the Falcons, Colts, Patriots, and Saints are all on byes this week to wrap out that thing. But yeah, we'll see. It should be interesting. A week where it just seems like there's a lot of obvious games that a team's going to win. But we always know somebody always pulls an upset. There's always something quirky that happens. That's what makes the NFL so great. All right. Any other thoughts, gentlemen, before we round out this episode of the Weekly Picks?
No, I think we're good.
All right, Dan, why don't you hit that script for the ending, and then we'll get Kyle home to, eat whatever McDonald's box he's got on DoorDash coming.
All right. If you haven't done so already, please take a moment and like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification on our YouTube channel. We also are on Facebook, X, and Instagram, where the address is TWOF Kalamazoo. We have a weekly audio podcast called This Week in the World of Football, which is posted on Tuesdays and is available on all major podcast platforms as well as Amazon Music, so you can simply ask your Alexa device to play the World of Football podcast. You can also find the full audio version of this podcast on YouTube. So please spread the word, give us a like, leave us a comment, and let us know what you think. And please come be a part of our football conversation.
Heck yeah, we always love having those football conversations. Also, be sure to check out mine and Kyle's podcast we do on YouTube, and it's available wherever you can find good podcasts. Just lying around, you see the little sign above his shoulder there, where we just talk about Detroit Lion football the best way we can. Yep, you see that sign right there. And, we're just getting Kyle warmed up. He's the rookie to the YouTube channel, so, we're putting him through his paces. He wants to really do a Michigan Wolverines podcasts, and so he's got to get some episodes under his belt. So, Kyle, anything else before we wrap it up?
Nope, I'm good.
All right. Well,
thanks
thanks
for
again,
joining
everybody.
us, Kyle. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for coming on this week, Kyle. You didn't do as abysmally as we predicted. FanDuel had the odds that you just crashing and burning really high, and I had to take those odds. So guess I'm going to have to eat that one. So until next week, guys, where Kyle, you're welcome to come back if you are able to. So just so you know.
Well, I'm gonna go. How many games this week? 12.
There are 14
games this week.
14. I'll be 14-0 this week. So.
Oh yeah, okay.
Well, then we don't want him back.
If that happens, you can come back on the show and host the whole thing. I don't care at that point. But all right, everybody, we'll see you all next week.